Peace and love, family. Shalom, shalom. So, according to the topic that we're talking about what these modern scientists are talking about in terms of how masturbation aids your life. And we're debunking that thought, saying that it is an unnatural process. It is an unnatural process of releasing pleasure. I've heard some people trying to compare self-pleasuring with an accidental uh, excitement of yourself, or accidentally exciting your own mouth, and it's the same as eating. Family, eating food and having intercourse are not the same thing. Intercourse is a spiritual activity. It is spiritual consequences. That's the reason why there are laws surrounding sexual activities. That's the reason why you are not allowed to go around after kids or after old people, or to force yourself, or to sleep with children, or to sleep with the people of the same sex. There are laws around these things, universal laws, biblical laws, natural laws, as well as laws of people, because that act is very spiritual. It actually affects your life. You're sinning against your own body, and you're also inviting demonic inversion within your own life. That's the reason why you have to be very careful of whom you sleep with. Now, on the topic of self pleasuring, or when you're having sexual pleasure alone, and how that actually affects your life, family, you have to realize this, that you have to realize that we as people, we have a chakra. Some call it chi, or the life force, your spirit, the body of your life. Your entire life is within a particular vessel, in your body, in your spirit, in yourself. You have a container of your life force, and this life force actually determines the length or how short your life will be. And this life force, or the life force that you actually given, can barely actually be affected, can barely be increased. But yes, there are certain things, spiritual things, that you have to do to increase your life, including eating very well, reading the Bible, praying, doing things that are involving God, and helping even your own physical body, your mind, your spirit, your soul. Those things can help to increase your life. Or you can do the contrary. When you're doing things that are sinful, when you're having unauthorized sex, that actually affects your life. That's the reason why when you find people who are just living a promiscuous life, it's not necessarily the fact that they die of the disease. Some of them do die of the disease. In fact, many of them do. But their life force is decreased because you're taking out your life force and just pouring it out. And the guilt and the shame that comes with that actually shortens your lifespan, because you're emitting your life. You're not supposed to just have so much sexual intercourse. That's not what we designed for. That's not what we designed for. That's not what we designed for. And when you're having intercourse, it has to be between a woman and a man, a wife and a husband. It has to be that exchange, so that whatever energy she's giving you, you're also getting from her. Those things balance things out. But when you are now alone, just masturbating, you're releasing all that energy out. You're just emitting all that energy. And that actually breaks the vessel that contains your life force, that destroys that container. That's the reason why people who have a lot of intercourse, you find that they're not able to actually have full capacity to love, because their ability to love is affected, because they're just giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. That's the reason why you find that intercourse was something that is that has to be done within principles, that has to be done within a marriage, that has to be done within a covenant. When it's done outside a covenant, it's actually sinful. It's actually a crime against nature, a crime against universal laws, a crime against God. Even the Bible says it's a crime against your own body when you sleep in an unauthorized way, when you sleep with a harlot, when you have sodomy, or when you sleep with something that is foreign, something weird or wicked, something that is outside the norm. When you self pleasure, you are releasing your life force and wasting it away. But when you are holding that back, when you are either celibate in a good way, not for life, when you're celibate, or when you holding your strength, you actually find you're much stronger. You glow. You glow when you're holding that energy that is within you. You're able to use it in your work, in your purpose, in things that you do. Family, don't be misled. Don't just self pleasure and masturbate. That won't increase your life. That will shorten your life. You're wasting your chi, you're wasting your chakra, you're wasting your life force, you're wasting your spirit. Family, don't be deceived. Peace and love.